The 10 most dangerous prisons in the United Kingdom. So the 10 most dangerous prisons in the United Kingdom, situated in England. One is in Ireland and the other is in Scotland. So the first off, I'm going to mention the dispersal prisons. These are the most dangerous in the UK because these dispersal prisons hold Category A prisoners, high-risk prisoners, terrorists, murderers, hitmen, gangsters, and people serving life without parole, prisoners that will never be released from prison. So the first off is HMP Franklin, which is situated in County Durham. Then you have Full Sutton Prison, which is situated in North Yorkshire. Long Lawton, which is situated in Worcestershire. Then you have Wakefield, which is in Yorkshire, and Whitemoor, which is in Cambridgeshire. Now, these 5 prisons are dispersal prisons, and there used to be more dispersal prisons, but there is only now 5. And the other ones that were dispersal prisons was Albany on the Isle of Wight, Belmarsh, which is in London, Gartree, which is in Leicestershire, and Parkhurst, which is on the Isle of Wight. But there's now only 5 dispersal prisons, and the purpose of the dispersal prisons are to keep a hold of serious prisoners that are at risk of escape and risk of serious harm if they were to escape. Now, the dispersal prisons all have units inside of the prison, which keeps the most disruptive prisoners inside. And the other purpose of the dispersal system is being able to disperse prisoners at a moment's notice to any one of the 5 prisons in the country if prisoners pose a risk of serious harm to staff, other inmates, or a serious risk of escape. So those are the 5 dispersal prisons, and these prisons hold the worst criminals in the country. Mass murderers, serial killers, terrorists, gangsters and hitmen. And everyone will have heard of Wakefield, which is predominantly a paedophile prison or for sex offenders. And that was the original Monster Mansion. HMP Franklin has also got 4 sex offender wings, which is now housing the most disturbing criminals in the country and the most high profile criminals in the country. The other 2 prisons that are on this list are also in England, and that is HMP Belmarsh. And the reason behind this is because Belmarsh also has a Cat A unit inside of the prison, which houses some of the worst prisoners in the country. A lot of the time, these prisoners are on remand awaiting trial, but then some of the prisoners from the dispersal system also end up in Belmarsh unit at one point or another if they become too disruptive in the other prisons. And the other prison in England is HMP Manchester, formerly known as Strangeways. This is also, it's a local prison for remand prisoners and sentenced prisoners, but it also houses a Cat A unit inside of the prison, which houses the most dangerous prisoners in the country. And the other prison in England, which is also housing some of the most dangerous prisoners in the country, is HMP Woodhill. Now, HMP Woodhill is situated in Milton Keynes in Buckinghamshire, which is also a Category A prison. And it also has a Category A unit inside of the prison, which houses inmates such as Charles Bronson. And Charles Bronson has been in HMP Woodhill for the past number of years. And all of these Cat A prisons with the Cat A units are very volatile and dangerous places. So 8 out of the 10 prisons in the country are in England. And the reason behind that is because Category A prisoners, which are deemed the most serious risk of harm or escape, are situated inside of these prisons. A large number of prisoners inside of these prisons are in for murder. About 70 inmates out of the population are in serving life without parole. Prisoners that have got nothing to lose. They've never been released from prison. And any of these inmates are at risk of causing serious harm to the other prisoners because they have nothing to lose. They are already serving life without parole. So taking another person's life doesn't mean anything to them because they can't get any more time added on because they are never being released from prison on these prisoners are the most dangerous and volatile in the system. And the next prison, which is situated in Ireland, is Portlaoise Prison. And Portlaoise is a maximum security prison situated in Portlaoise, County Laois, Ireland. Soldiers guard the prison 24 hours a day. The security features include a detachment consisting of approximately platoon strength, armed with rifles and anti-aircraft machine guns, who patrol the prison complex. An air exclusion zone operates over the entire complex. The perimeter consists of high walls, cameras, and sensors. And some of Ireland's most notorious criminals are situated inside of Portlaoise. Members of the Kinahan cartel and members of the Hutch gang are situated inside these prison walls. And some of the most dangerous prisoners ever to come out of Ireland are situated within the walls of Portlaoise, making this one of the most dangerous prisons in the UK. And the last prison to mention is HMP Shotts, which is situated in Scotland. HMP Shotts is a prison near Shotts, North Lanarkshire, Scotland. It is a prison holding male prisoners with maximum security classification. Shotts exclusively holds prisoners serving a term of 5 years or longer, with some prisoners being transferred from other prisons due to a need for a more secure environment. The original prison was opened in 1978 with a design capacity of 528 inmates. The prison was completely rebuilt and new facilities opened in 2012 with a capacity of 538 male adult prisoners. And the majority of these prisoners are in for murder. And situated behind these walls are some of Scotland's most dangerous criminals. Prisoners that have committed murder, prisoners that have committed murder inside of prisons, and prisoners that are never to be released from prison, making this one of the most dangerous prisons in the UK. Now, the reason I mentioned these 10 prisons is because they're all maximum security prisons. A lot of the other prisons up and down the UK are just as dangerous, even the Category B prisons. But these are the 10 most secure and most dangerous prisons. We'll be doing a breakdown on each prison individually, telling what type of people are behind the walls, which high-profile prisoners are behind the walls, and what actually goes on inside of these prisons. So if you are enjoying the content, remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos, because I'll be doing a breakdown of each and every one of these prisons. But if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go down and double check, because a large number of my viewers aren't subscribed to my channel. It's free to subscribe, so please go down and hit that button and enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Take care.